Thames Challenge Cup. Thames Rowing Club B on the buck side, Upper Thames Rowing Club on the bark side. Nerve-wracking moments here at the start line.
Absolutely. Actually, it's kind of one of my favourite events, Thames Challenge Cup. Club men's eights. You just know what they've all put into this. You know, you can't have any internationals in this boat. It's people who work and row at their clubs and every day and often twice a day and definitely at least 4 times a weekend. You know what they put into it alongside their work. All for this.
Club events for men then, Thames Challenge Cup.
And I see that you are both straight and ready.
Yesterday morning there were 32 boats fighting this one out. That's been reduced.
Go! Get ready, please.
Nerve-wracking moments for these excellent amateurs.
Attention! Go!
And listen and watch the power off the pontoon. Both of them giving it their all, and it looks as if slightly faster out on this one on the Bucks bank. It was Thames Rowing Club B just took the edge, and they just had a little bit more power off the start.
Yeah, and rate. I mean, I have them clocked at 52, which I can't quite believe, but at least 50 to the Upper Thames Rowing Club sort of 48. Both of them absolutely went out there.
52?
I know, I must have slipped my finger there, but they definitely looked like they were higher rating. You know, they were up at 50, and they really went out for it. Very level. I think we could get a really fantastic race here. I'm predicting maybe a little bit early, but you've got 2 crews. Upper Thames Rowing Club will of course pass their home club, and you might think they'd have that advantage from that, but you've got Thames Rowing Club will then both crews will pass Remnant Club, which is the home of all the Thames-based crews. So Thames will get a massive shout from Remnant just after there. And it is Thames, they had the advantage off the start, and they've strode out to a really nice rhythm now, and they look like they're starting to inch up on this one, I think.
Yeah, the white and black of Thames Rowing Club on the near side of the picture and the front of the picture, just edging away from Upper Thames Rowing Club. We just need to hang in and compete until they get to their clubhouse, and they will get buoyed by the shouts from the fans outside their clubhouse. We saw that in previous races, so that can give them a real help in the mid part of the race.
Thames Rowing Club just absolutely desperate to win this event. You know, the men's club eights is just what they're aiming for. They've got 4 crews in this event. All of them are qualified A to D crews. This is the B crew, of course. The C and D crew were knocked out yesterday, so but we've still got the A and B crew.
Semi-finalists in the last couple of years in the Thames Challenge Cup, which just shows you they're teeing themselves up for something special at some point, aren't they? Semi-finalists in the Thames Challenge Cup in 2013, also in 2014, finalists back in 2012. So in the last 3 Henley Royal Regattas, they've always taken this one really seriously. Thames Rowing Club B clearly taking this heat very seriously, and there's not much in it, is there?
No, and they're both crews, you know, when they're this close, it's really all about who can just relax and live with it, because when you're side by side like this, you can expend a lot of energy. You just need to be kind of matching each other with rate as well. So you just kind of look at, if you want to predict, you kind of look at who looks the tidiest, which I'd say, I'm trying not to be partial here because I do have the Thames heritage, but I would say that Thames just look like they've got their blades coming down to the water now. You've got this headwind which can sky your blades a little bit, and maybe Upper Thames just blades just skying up into the headwind. Thames, they've crept out to the lead now.
Also talking pedigree, worth mentioning that Upper Thames were finalists in this Thames Challenge Cup at Henley back in 2013, so they've got their own good track record in this particular event. But Thames Rowing Club B at the moment moving along very nicely.
Both of them were through with a little drama yesterday. They both won their heats very easily yesterday, and so we might have expected a little bit more of a battle here, and it was for early in the race, but Thames now looking really comfortable. I mean, I think the reason I love this event is just the spread of, I was looking at the Upper Thames boat there. you've got Jack Head, who's 19, and behind him Hamish Floyd, who's 40, who's CFO of a business. You know, these guys train together every day, and you just, I don't know, you look at lots of sports, where else do you get that level of commitment at this level? It's quite something.
40, just coming into his prime then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope so, anyway. So, more than a length advantage now. Thames Rowing Club in the red, white and black on the right of your screen. And they look as if they've taken control of this race. It was a really feisty encounter, the first half mile or so, really tight. Not much to call between these two, but in the last few hundred yards, Thames Rowing Club B have seized the initiative. Upper Thames Rowing Club trying to compete with them, not out of it by any means. Anything can happen in these final stages.
Yeah, but Thames have dropped their rating down to sort of 29.30 now, so whereas Upper Thames are still up at sort of 35.36. It's interesting from the coxing point of view, right? Because the Upper Thames, the rowers won't know that. They'll only have the cox's word on how close they are, and only the cox can really see how comfortable Thames Rowing Club B are in this. So it is all about motivation, this. The Upper Thames cox really has to keep his rowers engaged, because you're right, anything could happen. I mean, anything can happen at Henley, you know, so that's the whole thing about the head-to-head racing. It's never over, and you just have to always stay on your mettle.
Boom could come into play, an oar could melt. Not today.
Yeah.
So Laura Payne, the cox at Upper Thames, she needs to keep her rowers engaged here, keep the belief right the way to the end, and you just never know what might happen. But I think Eleanor Conway, the cox for Thames Rowing Club B, will know deep down that bar nothing disastrous happening, they're through to the next round.
It is Thames who, despite being the B crew, who do have the heritage, and you know, from this season, they've raced. These two crews have met each other at the Marlow Regatta and the Met, and in both times, Thames have got over on them. So it is interesting, you know, at Henley when you sit side by side, you do know that anything can happen, even on the start, even when, and you want to give it a go. Even when you're racing an international crew, you still want to give it a go. So Upper Thames really putting in a good performance. They've not given up at any point. I mean, no one gives up. When you're coming down past the Tuesday enclosure with everyone cheering, you don't give up. But Thames have looked very comfortable. You
know it's your biggest outing of the year in a boat, don't you? And all those hours and hours of training and hours in the gym. You're going to put every ounce of energy you've got into these final stages. And credit to them, they've really hung on in there, Thames Rowing Club B. They're still, just a length down. But that's a terrific effort to stay in contention. Thames Rowing Club B moving nicely towards the finish line now, but Upper Thames deserving some credit for their effort. And they win by a length, but it was no more than that. Perhaps a fraction more than a length, but a fine effort to stay in contention. A good race there in the Thames Challenge Cup, but Thames Rowing Club B safely through to the next round.